When people think of Yakutia, they usually imagine the freezing cold. But there is so much more here. Culture, traditions, and even our own unique sports. The biggest sporting event here is the Manchaary Games, often called the Sakha Olympics. Every 4 years, athletes from all over Yakutia gather to compete in traditional sports like mass wrestling, Hapsagai, and other competitions you won't find anywhere else in the world. This year, I got to experience the Manchaary Games for the first time, and in this video I'll take you with me to see the competitions, the emotions, and the special atmosphere around them. The Games of Manchaary are held in different places across Yakutia once in 4 years. This year the event took place in Utyköl, the main village of Tata Ulus. Utyköl is about 250 kilometers from Yakutsk. To get there, we first cross the White Lena River by ferry. After that, we drove for several hours along the road, stopping at small cafes for breakfast and lunch. In total, the trip took us around 6 hours before we finally arrived at our relative's house. Our dear relatives prepared a feast for everyone who came to watch the Games of Manchaary. The games themselves are named after Vasili Manchaary, a Sakha hero who lived in the 19th century. At that time, the rich often treated poor people unfairly. Manchaary fought against this injustice. He took money from the wealthy and gave it to those in need. Although people called him a robber and a bandit, it is known that he never killed anyone. Instead, he devoted his life to seeking justice and going toward the light. The games were named in his honor to celebrate his spirit and keep his memory alive. On the first day we went to watch mass wrestling. The idea of this sport is simple. 2 athletes sit facing each other with their feet pressed against a wooden board, and both try to pull a stick out of the opponent's hands. It looks easy, but in reality it takes a lot of strength and technique. Out of all Sakha sports, mass wrestling is probably the most popular. There are even international championships, and athletes from many countries come to take part. We also saw traditional archery. The difference is that sportsmen wear traditional clothes. The bows are made in the old Sakha style, and instead of round paper targets, archers shoot at figures of animals like a hare, a duck, or a squirrel. Don't worry, they are not real. Another highlight was Hapsagai, traditional Sakha wrestling. The goal is to make your opponent touch the ground with any part of the body except the feet, or to push him out of the circle, or throw him down. It is one of the most spectacular sports of the games, fast, intense, and requiring not only strength but also agility, flexibility, and quick thinking. The next day was dedicated to what is called legs games, jumping and running. These jumps came from old hunting skills. People used to practice them to survive in the wild. Every jump represents an animal, hare or reindeer. And of course, there were different distances in running. The games also feature traditional board games like Hapsagai and Hapsagai. In Hapsagai, players toss and catch 5 small cubes, trying to form different combinations without dropping any of them. Simple at first glance, but surprisingly challenging. Hapsagai is similar, but it is a game with the short wooden sticks. In total, about 1,500 athletes from 35 districts of Yakutia took part in these games. Each team had its own colorful outfit, and cheering fans, music, and kids running around, and the atmosphere was just amazing. And it wasn't just sports. There were concerts, performances, and a market with local brands. And the food at the dining area, called harchoppa, it was delicious. It tastes like homemade. Honestly, I think I ate as much as I watched sports. We stayed for 5 days. Of course, we couldn't see everything. There were a few more sports competitions that we couldn't attend, but the time we spent there was unforgettable. Events like the Manchaary Games show that sports are not only about competition, but also about community, culture, and health. They help preserve national traditions while at the same time inspiring people of all ages to stay active. Even here, in one of the coldest places on earth, people find ways to enjoy sports and improve both body and mind. I left Uteköl with a warm feeling of pride for our traditions and a reminder that sport is for everyone and everywhere. And that's what I want for you too. Stay active, feel good, and keep moving forward. Thanks for watching and see you next time.